What's happening, party people? If you can, hit that like, thumbs up button so we get started. I am in the not so sunny Southern California, but man, let me tell you something. This weather is perfect. It's supposed to be in the 60s today. Right now, it's probably upper 50s. I absolutely love it. Went for my walk. It was a little chilly, but great. So, today's video, man, I just put together some furniture. Not nothing exciting, but people like those videos too. They use them to help get their furniture together at home, so I do post those. Today I'm going to be working with Mitch's T5M. Got a few things to do on that, replace the struts. That's the car I did a test drive on a few days ago where I blurred out the speedometer a little bit. But he's got some stuff he needs done. That's probably going to wrap up my little trip out here on the west until I get my marriage all taken care of. So I'm gonna work today as much as I can. First thing in the morning, I'm heading to South Texas. That's a long 2-day drive. And last night's drive in the Southern Cal, man, let me tell you something, I got real sleepy. Probably the sleepiest I've ever been. And then when you get in Southern Cal, it's like the lanes are not as wide. Man, I felt like I was in a video game trying to keep out of an accident. But hey, I got here safely. Thank God for that. And I appreciate you all watching and hope you have a great day. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you could click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Well, folks, it is time for a change. Had a king-size bed set. Here's a picture of what I had. And here's a picture of what I seen on Amazon of what I'm about to have. So I ordered it yesterday. It dropped today. And we're going to go ahead and put it up. Here's the box. I just dropped it on the floor. Got away from me. I'm about 185 pounds, 60 years old. I'm an OG. But I'm going to go ahead and handle this. Put this thing together real quick. Show you how it's done. They say they recommend you have 2 people. It's 77 pounds, they say. Let me go ahead, flip it open the box, take the parts out, and start putting this thing together. And I'll let you know how difficult it was, what tools I used, and how long it took me. Be very careful opening it up. You don't want to cut anything inside the box. So I peeled the tape up, was careful cutting the pieces I had to cut. And this is what I'm left with when I got the box open. So let me find some instructions, lay this stuff out, and put this thing together. I got everything unboxed. I think that piece over there is likely the foot of the bed. This is likely the headboard. We got some support slats. We got 4 of these things here with A and B. A couple of the A's go the different direction than the B's. Those are hooked down A's and hooked up A's. So we got 4 of those. We got this piece right here. We got 2 of those, 2 of those, and 1 of these long pieces here. We got some legs and a tool and a lot of bolts. I only see 3 legs there. Those are probably center supports. So let's go ahead and open this up and look at the instructions. From front to back, installation manual. We'd love to hear from you. So I'm going to go ahead through here and let you guys know what it says. I'm going to bore you the details and just do the show and tell. A couple things in the instructions I want you to know. They want you to follow the instructions to the T. They do not want you using power tools. Power tools can strip these cheap screws and stuff they have in there. Don't use the bed unless everything is put together. They want you to check and make sure everything is tight periodically. I guess that means twice a year. And if you need any help, contact them. They will get back with you within 6 hours. That's a good deal. All right, here we go. Let me get started. First thing they want you to do is take these number 6 legs. You got 3 of them. Find this footboard over here and screw these legs in the bottom of this footboard. You got 3 of them. Let me go ahead and do that. As you see, these have this plastic on the end of the screw ends to protect them. Unscrew those by hand or pull them off, however you want to do it. And screw those in by hand until they're tight. Don't over tighten them. They have felt on the bottom to protect your floor, and they will screw in tight enough by hand. Don't use any tools. So you have a bunch of H1 screws. You got a couple of H3 screws. You got this H2 tool that screws these in. You got this tool here that screws these in. So the next thing you want to do is unfold that piece that says number 4 on it. Unfold it so that it's like this, a long bar. And it's going to stand like this and bolt on to there, down there. These already got the screws down there that's going to bolt on to. So you take 2 of those, you lay it out like that. You take these H1 screws, screw them in there, that will keep the leg straight. So you put one in there, and do the same thing to the other one. Then you take this other long bar that has these hooks on it, and you lay that across the middle of those 2 things. So you'll have one at that position, one at that position. And that thing will be screwed in with those big screws, those H3s. So this is going to lay on top of that, screwed in with an H3. That hole is going to fit into that with those H3 screws. And then the rest of these holes will have H1 to keep these legs straight from refolding. So you put an H1 screw in the top of that hole, and you use that little tool there, and be careful not to over tighten it, because I don't want you stripping this stuff. So let me do that and show you the next step. Step 2 done. I backed those screws out and screwed those in there after I hooked it in, pushed it all the way down. It's rocking, which ain't no real big deal. It could be the legs, it could be the floor. When we weight it, it's going to all bounce out. Did the same to that, screwed all these in, hand tight with the wrench, didn't try to bend the wrench, tighten them in. So that step's done. Let's go to the next step. Next step, I got to lay the headboard down and screw these on the back with these smaller screws. For these things here have to be pointing away from the inside of the bed. I don't have a lot of room on my floor, so I'm going to carefully stand this up out of the way so that I can put that on that headboard. This is how I put that headboard together. I laid the headboard flipped over. I screwed this thing on here with this hole in the back and those 2 screws over the other side like that, pointing toward the footboard of it. Pretty sure this is how that goes. And then this is going to screw on there. And a future step here, you could probably screw it on now with 2 of these, what are they, H1 screws or whatever they are. It'll go there and down there. Then 2 things will screw on the inside of it. But let's go ahead and wait on that and get this other part together. Well, no, I'm going to go ahead and put that together. I'm going to break rule. There it is. I have the headboard together like that. And let's see what they want me to do next. Next, they want me to hook the A's to the footboard here. So I'll loosen this screw. I'll hook the A's down on the head and the foot. And then I'll hook the B's into these parts here with the hooks going down. So there it is. The A's are going to hook in those screws there. I'm going to take those screws loose a little bit, hook those on there, and snug those screws down. And then I'm going to open up those B screws, hook them in the frame there, snug them down. I'm going to do that all the way around. A's going to go there again, and the B's are in the middle. So let me attach those. Next, put that bar across the back if you hadn't already. 1 screw on the end, 1 screw on this rod, 1 screw on that rod, 1 screw on the end over there with your Allen, and some of these. Let me go ahead and get those in. that's all the screws. And I got a couple left over. Even though I was trying not to over tighten them, one of those seemed to be stripped. Down here on the B side, I don't think it's a problem. But we're going to go ahead and lay the slats across. Maneuver the bed in position before we do that. And then we should be done. Let's take a look. Well, there you have it. I put these Velcro slats on, put one on the end, and then stretched it over. For some reason, this run is twisted totally around right here. It's the same way down there. Let me see if I can lift this up and unroll that to untie that, because it just don't seem like they would attach that wrong. So, but I got it all the way across. Let me see if I can lift this two up and untangle that. Yep, that was the case. I was able to untangle that on both sides. So there it is. Went together very easy. Let me tell you how long it took. It took me 55 minutes. It shouldn't take you no longer than 90 minutes to put this together. Let me go ahead and make the bed and show you guys how it looked totally made up. I like the soft material here, and it's a tan color. Kind of feels like a suede or velour. Let me go ahead and make the bed. This frame was designed so you don't have to use box springs. I prefer box springs. They're supposed to help the mattress last longer. But anyway, there's the box spring, and that mattress would come right up to that headboard perfectly. So that's how it is with a box spring. That's how it is with a mattress on there. Very little headboard with a box spring and a mattress stick. You can take that with a grain of salt, or you could get rid of your box springs. One thing nice about it, if you have a robot that cleans your floors, there is enough room for that robot to get under there, and it will be bouncing around those legs under there. But you want the legs, especially on the king, because you need that support. That's it. If you got any questions, let me know. So there you seen it. Got rid of that old bed I had. Man, that brass bed was nice. It's still worth something. I'm going to try to fix a couple of things on there and see if somebody wants that thing. That antique thing, man, somebody will probably want to buy that thing and make a movie, and we'll both be happy. Anyway, hope you all have a great day, and thanks for your support.